So the first thing, when it comes to management and pricing for posts and everything like that, some people are very secretive. Like, you know, you have a lot of content creators that really don't want you to know those things. I am a 6-figure digital creative and that girl. Hey girl bosses, welcome to my channel. I am Forever Janae, and if you're an existing subscriber, then this video is going to be pretty unusual for you because I'm pretty sure you're used to the girl boss / tech content that I usually create. But today I'm going to be talking about a mentorship that I joined. It was the 30-day influencer glow up mentorship hosted by Jayla, Koriyan'S, and Keesha Kaylee. So in this video, I'm just going to be giving you my full experience, some of the things I learned, how it went, what we had to do, how long it lasted, the things that I thought that could have been better, some things that went very good, you know, that whole shebang. So if you're interested, then go ahead and stay tuned. But first, subscribe to the Girl Boss Tribe because you already know we're a total vibe over here, and turn your post notifications on so that you don't miss a beat. Now let's get straight into this video. This video and pretty much have you all know what's to come, I'm going to have 3 segments to it. First, I'm going to be telling you the who, what, when, and where. Then I'm going to be telling you my experience. I'm going to separate it into the good as well as the things that I feel like could have been worked on a bit more. And then we're going to close the video up with some final comments and me telling you if I felt like the mentorship was worth it. So the first thing that I'm going to be talking about is the who, what, when, where, and why. Pretty much what it was a 30-day glow up influencer mentorship. So if you're a content creator and you joined the mentorship, then what it was supposed to do, show you how to be that girl on social media and give you resources on content creation, navigating YouTube and building your platform there, as well as Instagram, building your platform there. Each week Jayla and Keesha did give us a different challenge that we had to complete, and each week there were new challenge winners. Every week looked different. By the end of the 30 days was when we were really supposed to see how much our channel grew and how much that we took away from the mentorship as a whole. We also met twice a week on Zoom calls. We met Tuesdays and Thursdays. Usually on Tuesdays they would have someone come in that was a professional in whatever field that they would be talking about. So whether they were experienced in graphic design or financial literacy. If you hear any noise in the background, I'm sorry. I'm in my lash suite right now and I'm right by the door. So like usually there's a lot of people walking back and forth, so I'm sorry about that. And then on Thursdays was when we actually would meet with Keesha and Jayla on on Zoom, and they would then like conduct their own slideshow of whatever knowledge that they wanted to drop to us. And usually the Zoom calls would last for about 2 hours, like an hour 45 to 2 hours. At the end of every Zoom call, they did have a question and answer segment, so if we ever had any questions, we would be able to ask them at the end of the Zoom call. We also had a community online that we were able to go ahead and chat with them and everybody else that was in the mentorship. So they made sure that it was always some form of communication that we were able to have going on throughout the whole 30-day mentorship, which is what I really did like about everything. There were about 200 people in the mentorship, which did spook me a little bit. When I joined, I didn't know exactly how many people they were going to be allowing in. I did know that they had a limit, but I didn't know it was going to be in the upper hundreds. Or not the upper hundreds, but I didn't know it was going to be 200 people. So when I found that out, I was concerned on if they would have the time to actually allocate to all the 200 people that needed different things within their content creation journey. I didn't know exactly how many people were doing the mentorship until I actually got into the community and like actually saw the numbers and everything. So now we're going to get into my experience. Like I said, I'm going to separate it into the good experience that I had out of it, as well as some things that I felt like could have been worked on a bit more. One of the first things in my experience that I liked was that Keesha and Jayla were always on accord. Even if it was like any confusion anywhere or whatever, whenever they got out that slideshow and that PowerPoint, they were definitely a united front in the way that they gave the information to everybody. So I did feel comfort in the fact that they were confident when they were giving the knowledge to us, because whenever you have somebody teaching you something, you want to have confidence that that person is actually going to teach you what you are trying to learn in a professional and legit knowledgeable way. You know, you never want to be short-ended with anything. So I did like that they were a united front in whatever and everything that they did teach on Thursdays, because Thursdays were their days when they would actually talk to us and give us gems. My page did grow due to me posting more. However, it was tricky because although my page was growing, my engagement wasn't there completely, because the type of person I am on Instagram, I be in and out. I'm not gonna lie. I get on Instagram when I want to get on Instagram, and I get off when I want to get off. So like the consistency isn't always there with me on Instagram, but the times that I did post throughout the mentorship, I did see some growth. I checked out my analytics, and my analytics were higher than I've ever had them throughout my whole Instagram journey. Both of the girls did shout one of my reels out because I was the challenge winner for the first week. I was one of the challenge winners for the first week. There are multiple of us. So they did shout out my reel because they liked it, and that did help my page grow some because I had a few people come in, so I had some traction from that. Posting on Instagram was a consistent challenge that we had every single week. So one week would look like posting 2 pictures in a reel, another week would look like posting 2 pictures a reel in a YouTube video, posting 2 pictures a reel in 2 YouTube videos. Like the consistency was that you always had to post at least 2 pictures and at least 1 reel a week on Instagram. It was something else I was about to say. I hope this video isn't all over the place. Another thing that I liked was that they had professionals come in and actually talk to us. So I did mention this already, but I like the fact that it wasn't just Keesha and Jayla pretty much presenting everything. I like that they understood that sometimes you need to go to your outside resources to give knowledge to a group of women that you may not know how to give or may not be licensed to give. I like that they brought a CPA in, certified professional accountant. I believe that's the abbreviation for it. And the CPA just pretty much talked to us about financial literacy, credit, funding, and taxes for content creators. I like the fact that they brought in a person to teach us how to work Photoshop. Adobe Photoshop is one of the most difficult editing softwares to me to maneuver. So that workshop was very helpful. I'm very grateful for that. I need to go back and watch that workshop about 2 more times because like I still need to grasp it a bit more than what I already have. Another thing that I liked was that they weren't surface level with the information that they were giving us. So it was a portion where we were talking about management and brand deals, and you know, when it comes to management and pricing for posts and everything like that, some people are very secretive. Like, you know, you have a lot of content creators that really don't want you to know those things, and I'm happy that they provided us with numbers, that they provided us with their experiences, the good and the bad, and how you know, management may look all fine and dandy and everything like that, but there could be things going on the back end that you don't know about, that you want to avoid or whatever, or that you just may not be ready for or prepared for. So they really got into detail about that. It opened my eyes to management, and you know, just like understanding different perspectives on how management can help you and how it could also, like, you know, not always be necessary all the time or whatever. I liked how the slides were coordinated. None of the meetings were boring. Essentially, this is pretty much, it was pretty much like a class that you would have to sit through. Me, I'm a sucker for good packaging and just good presentation in general. So if it has those 2 good things, you already have me sold, because I'm seeing that you put the effort in to make something look nice and presentable, you know, and I like that. Another good experience that I had was meeting the rest of the women that were in the mentorship. I didn't make personal connections with everyone, but I did definitely, like, you know, go here and there around as many people as I could and, you know, get to know them a little bit. We were a community, so you know, the mentorship and the advice didn't just stop with Keesha and Jayla. We also were able to lean on each other when it came to advice and opinions, anything that we felt like could be tweaked or whatever, with the rest of the women that were in the mentorship. So yeah, the women were pretty amazing. Their content is bomb. I am a 6-figure digital creative and that girl. Specific things that I liked about Jayla and Keesha: I love Jayla's personality. She always came to the presentations with the energy. I am a 6-figure digital creator. We had a chant that we did at the beginning of every Zoom call, and I just loved her energy, loved her vibe. Her aura was just amazing. She kept us lit and lively throughout the presentations. And what I loved about Keesha was just her professionalism and her ability to get straight to the point. She was able to go onto a few of the women's pages pages personally and tell them, you know, just straightforward, I don't like that, you need to tweak that, that looks kind of tacky, that needs to change, or in 2022 type thing like that. And you know, that's what you need. I'm the person, you can give it to me straight if you need to or whatever. Yes, I am sensitive, but I'd rather have it straight than, oh, I guess you could do this, I guess you, no, I'm not gonna hear it when it's like that. I need you to give it to me. Janae, that looks tacky. Janae, don't do that. Nope, I don't know, I can't even read that font, you need to get rid of that font. You know, I like that. So I like that Keesha really came with the critique and, you know, the knowledge behind what she was saying. So that was the good as far as my experience, and now we're gonna get into the things that I felt like could have been a bit better. And one of the things was just the late notice and rescheduling of some of the Zoom meetings. So when we first started our mentorship, I believe we got a notice of the meeting that day, or it was either that day or the night before. Scheduling wasn't as best as it could be, in my opinion. And you know, I work a lot, I'm an entrepreneur, and then I also have things outside of my entrepreneurship that I'm working on. When it comes to structure and scheduling, I really do like a set schedule. I like to be able to plan my day and know what I have coming up, to really set a routine so that I'm not, like, you know, missing out on anything. Although Tuesdays and Thursdays were our set days, like, it was plenty of times where we just got information on scheduling a little bit later than what I would have preferred. So I just would have preferred them to, like, give more of a notice in advance for things. And I believe, like, it was one of the last workshops actually got pushed back a day, but they didn't tell us until like an hour or two before we were scheduled to actually meet. Another thing I felt like they could have worked on a bit more was being more active in the community and just following up with answering questions and the presentations. Now granted, it was 200 of us up in there just chopping it up over and over again. But there were times where, you know, like a few of us would have questions and they just kind of wouldn't be anywhere to be found too much. I would just be honest, you know. I do get it because it's a lot of us in there. It's 200 people in there, and we all got different journeys, different areas of concerns, different questions and everything. But you know, when you got a mentorship with 200 people, you got to make it do what it do and be active up in that chat so that they don't feel short-ended. So that is what I do feel like they could have worked better on, was following up with the Zoom calls in the community, as far as like, you know, like just getting in the chat, even if it's just like, you know, little things here and there, responding here and there, and just answering the questions that are floating in the chat from days ago or even current questions. I do feel like they could have did better with that. I will say though, whenever I did reach out to them personally, they will always respond. So say for instance, if I would add them in a chat and they weren't getting back to me, I would go ahead and message them on Instagram, and they would definitely get back on Instagram whenever I would just, like, you know, go outside of the chat into their personal pages and ask my question or like just say what I had to say. They will always respond. So I will give them that. Before I joined the mentorship, my one concern was that they would be too busy to really be able to like be mentors for real to the people that may have joined. I didn't even know how many girls would be in here, but once I found out that it was 200, I'm like, oh man, because I do watch Keesha's vlogs sometimes and I see how busy she is. And I was like, one of my main concerns was that I'm like, I hope she's gonna be able to, you know, allocate enough time to other people in the mentorship. Like when I think of mentorship, I think of like intimate settings where you're able to connect with the person one-on-one. But they did the best that they could, especially with as many girls. So yeah, that sums up my experience, good and bad. Next, I'm going to be getting into whether I feel like the mentorship was worth it. And straight off the bat, I'm going to say yes, especially for the price. The mentorship was only $100. So to receive financial literacy workshops, YouTube SEO, information and knowledge, brand management, media kit help, question and answers, meeting with Keesha and Jayla twice a week, and being able to reach out to them and have them make us as much of a priority as they could to reach back out to us and like give us the knowledge and information. Yes, I do feel like it was worth it. I'm very grateful for the fact that you know, after this mentorship, the 30 days is over. They didn't just be like, okay, yep, y'all to your own or whatever. They wanted to formally close out everything and actually meet with us in person and, you know, celebrate everything that we've done and get a chance to meet the other ladies that are in the mentorship as well as connect with them. So I'm very appreciative of that. So yeah, for the mentorship to only be $100 and all of this is included, I definitely do feel like it was worth it. Now, if we were in the $300 to $400 range, then I would feel differently, because I would have then expected the mentorship to be more so like one-on-one, more personal conversations, like a personal call or a personal Zoom meeting, just more of a one-on-one feel. But $100 for all that we received, in my opinion, was worth it. So yes, that is my feedback on the 30-day Glow Influencer Mentorship. I hope I was able to help anybody that may have wanted to join but didn't, especially if Keesha and Jayla do plan on having this again in the future. Maybe hearing my experience can help you, you know, decide to go for it if they do it again. If you're new here, go ahead and check out the rest of my content. I am a girl boss, so I specialize in entrepreneur type content. I post a lot of day in the life of a lash tech vlogs. I talk about business. I take you on my life. I'm gonna start incorporating some travel vlogs because I be traveling, y'all. I'm gonna definitely be vlogging this brunch that is gonna be happening with the rest of the ladies from the mentorship. Stay tuned and subscribe to my Girl Boss Tribe, because you already know we're a total vibe over here. Special shout out to Keesha and Jayla. Thank you so much. I can't wait to meet you all in person and turn up. So yes, bye y'all. Oh, also turn on your post notifications so that you don't miss a beat. Until then, see you next time.